We are on Oahu, but not on Waikiki. We show you the North Shore. We also have the Undercover Jetsetter Mai Tai, easy to make and easy to drink.
We introduce you to a great Chardonnay that has a Hollywood past.
And you can't go to the Masters? Well, we have the next best thing. The pros come to you.
Hi everyone, cheers.
Cheers.
Aloha. We are on the beautiful island of Oahu in Hawaii. And today we are not going to Honolulu or Waikiki. We are taking you to the North Shore.
And this is a whole different way to experience Hawaii.
When you're on Oahu, a trip to the North Shore is a must. It's about an hour drive from Waikiki, but well worth it.
You really owe it to yourself to see this side of the island, which offers everything from beautiful beaches and waves, which can be huge in the wintertime, to delicious food and drinks.
This is more local culture than what you will see in, say, Waikiki. It's an area where many locals live, and those that don't live here visit often to enjoy all that the North Shore has to offer.
Now, stretching more than 7 miles, the beaches of the North Shore host the world's premier surfing competitions during the peak winter months.
The months between November and February are the best times to watch big wave surfing. These massive waves can sometimes swell up to 30 feet or more.
And then from May to September, the waves subside, creating a more tranquil atmosphere for surfing, swimming, and sunbathing.
Even in the summer, though, be careful if you go into the water. The undertow is still pretty strong here.
Another well-known tradition are the shrimp trucks. 2 of them really stand out as the superstars, though.
They are Giovanni's and Mackey's. We thought it would be fun to have our own shrimp truck battle, and we brought along a local friend to give us a hand.
We start at Giovanni's, and good friend and undercover operative Sharon shares more.
Everybody that comes to Hawaii has to try either Mackey's or Giovanni's at least once in their life. I know friends that come here from the other side of the island. Me, I'm from close to the airport, and I come here just to eat shrimp. I drive my mom, so it's like about 40 miles for me just to eat shrimp.
Just watching the blissful customers walking away with heaping plates of fresh garlic shrimp, your mouth can't help but water.
Oh yeah, the jumbo prawns are buttery and garlicky and just delicious. All the shrimp are locally raised and caught fresh that morning, and you can taste it.
Now there's also some mystery behind the Giovanni's shrimp truck.
The former owner wanted the shrimp truck back that she sold it to. Well, the original owner wanted it back because the second owner was making so much money, but he refused to sell it back to the original owner, so second owner has it to this day.
Next, we hit up Mackey's, and again, the heady aroma of sizzling garlic and melting butter wafts over us as we get out of the car.
We found that Mackey's sweet shrimp were a tad less garlicky than Giovanni's, and there is an umami flavor in there that Giovanni's didn't have.
So, who won the shrimp truck battle?
I like both. They're both tasty, but preferably I like Giovanni's. The stronger garlic flavor and a little bit more salty, more to my taste.
In the end, it was a tie, so you should take your friends and have your own shrimp truck battle and let us know who wins.
And you'll find sinks outside the seating areas of both locations so you can wash up and get ready for the next part of the day.
Chickens are also a fun part of the North Shore culture, too. You'll find them running around both Mackey's and Giovanni's.
Now, along your drive between the 2 shrimp trucks is Laniakea Beach, where you can view these magnificent turtles.
This was a program started in 2005 to protect the Hawaiian sea turtles through education, public awareness, and conservation in the spirit of aloha.
Now, the turtles have been basking at this beach since 1999. Late morning through early afternoon is the best time to see them.
Honu means turtle in Hawaiian, so Malama na Honu means protect the turtles. Each turtle has its own story and unique personality. They are really fun.
Yeah, and all the turtles have been given their own Hawaiian names, and some have English nicknames. Now, just to be sure, follow the rules here to keep the turtles safe.
If you'd like to learn more about the program, visit their website.
And now we're hitting the road again for our next stop.
Haleiwa town on the North Shore is a charming and historic surf town that is the cultural hub of the North Shore and filled with cool shops, restaurants, and art galleries.
And we checked out another institution here, Matsumoto's. When it's time to cool down with some yummy shaved ice, this is the place.
Now, shave ice is a local treat that is like a snow cone, but much more finely shaved ice.
Then they add colorful syrups on the top with ice cream or mochi on the bottom.
We got two combinations from the menu, the rainbow with strawberry, lemon, and pineapple, and the Matsumoto with lemon, pineapple, and coconut.
Yeah, and both were refreshing on this hot day and delicious.
Matsumoto's has been serving shave ice since 1951. Visitors from around the world will stand in line for over an hour to get their hands on this stuff.
Some make a special trip out here just for this. Again, it is worth the drive.
Now you can wind down your day at Haleiwa Joe's, a fabulous hangout for locals and visitors alike overlooking the marina. It was founded in 1998 by owners with a passion for fresh food, great service, and catching waves.
Now, the place is decorated with classic surfboards and local art that celebrate the aloha spirit and the surfing culture. It's a laid-back vibe that is fun, hip, and relaxing as well, and it's kind of just like your local Cheers joint.
Yes, that's right. Now you have to get a Mai Tai. They are delicious, and you can keep the fun glass that is like a vacation in the bottom. It will bring you great memories of your time spent here.
And if you're not in the mood for Mai Tais, there are plenty of other delicious cocktails as well, like this lava flow. But beware, the dreaded maraschino cherry.
Maraschino cherries should be outlawed. But the food is enticing, so save room for the sizzling mushrooms. They are off the chain with spicy garlic sauce, generous Parmesan and parsley, and brought literally sizzling to your table.
We also enjoyed this flavorful dish called Emma's Poke. It's lightly marinated fresh ahi with a spicy soyu sesame sauce, scallions, and sesame seeds, all served on top of a ginger and cabbage slaw.
And then there were these sticky ribs, a lethal combination of a half a rack of baby back pork ribs, perfectly roasted with soy ginger and hoisin glaze.
Oh yeah, they were falling off the bone, served with rice and green papaya ginger slaw.
Now don't be surprised if you bump into a local surfing celebrity or two. They love hanging out here.
It really is the place where everybody knows your name, and as they say at Haleiwa Joe's, sandy feet are welcome.
Haleiwa is a far cry from the excitement of Waikiki, and that's exactly how the people of the North Shore like it.
Absolutely. So take a day and drive out to the North Shore. It's a special place on Oahu that you really won't want to miss.
And really, there's not a lot of accommodations out on the North Shore. Really, your best bet is to take a day trip or stay at Turtle Bay.
Yes, and if you go to Jetsetter Deals, they can set you up with everything you need, and they'll find the best place for you to stay to experience all of the island, but especially the North Shore.
And when we come back, we're going to show you the Undercover Jetsetter version of the Mai Tai.
So we are in the land of Mai Tais here in Hawaii, and you can take that flavor home with you very easily.
And behold the Undercover Jetsetter Mai Tai.
Cheers, everyone, or I should say aloha. We are going to Mai Tai land today, and John has made for us a delicious Mai Tai, not your traditional Mai Tai, but even better.
A little different. I'm a little nervous about this because you were a Hawaii resident for many years, so you know good Mai Tais.
Yeah, well, I am kind of a Mai Tai-aholic. Yeah, I love tiki bars too.
Yeah. So this is something in Hawaii. We've actually had it when we've been in Asia and tried it different ways. And there's many different ways to do a Mai Tai. I do mine a little different. So one of the things that I do, I use 3 different rums. So I'll use a gold rum, I'll use a spiced rum. Costco's a really good spiced rum. And then I'll use the dark rum. So at first I'm going to put in an ounce of the gold, an ounce of the spice, and only a half of the dark at first, and you understand why.
And that's per drink.
That's per drink. And this is the key. you put in about a half ounce, maybe an ounce of amaretto. That's an Italian liqueur. And to me, that's what makes a Mai Tai a Mai Tai. And the irony is that you have an Italian liqueur that makes a Hawaiian drink go boom, which is great. Then I take fresh squeezed orange juice. So I take an ounce of that. I take about half of an ounce of a fresh squeezed lime. I put some mango juice in there, and then pineapple juice. So those are the key.
Now, do you always have to use mango juice, or you mentioned cranberry?
I think you should use mango and pineapple. That should be the basis of it. So I would say, yeah, I would think you should. You got to have some orange in there. If you had guava juice is good. Cranberry, to me, is a nice choice. Again, make it the way you want to do it. So you mix that up. You mix it all together. And then you use the float. You go back to the dark rum.
Gotta have the float.
You gotta have the float.
Not a Mai Tai without the float.
And put the float on there. So if you're going to sip it, you're going to get a lot more of the dark rum. So the dark rum and amaretto, to me, are what really makes the taste of it. So if you're gonna sip it, you're gonna get a bit of the dark rum right off the top, which for some people is great. For other people, throw a straw in there. Mm-hmm. So this way
Mix
you're gonna,
it about.
or you're just gonna get everything in there once you get the straw
Yeah.
in there. So you can do that. You can make a Mai Tai on your own the way you like it. Some people like it a lot sweeter. I like mine just a little bit on the tart side because I want to taste the rum. I like the rum taste in there. So now the other thing you can do is, which you should be doing, is putting maraschino cherries and maraschino juice in there.
No, do not do that.
Oh no?
He's mean to me. I hate maraschinos. They're the bane of existence. Do not use that horrible, dreadful stuff. If you want to have cherries, eat fresh, lovely cherries. They're very delicious. Maraschino cherries are just cherries soaked in sugar for like years, and they're old and they're bitter and they're sweet, all combined together. They're yucky. You don't want to have them.
There you have it. Commentary on a maraschino cherry.
What I love about it is you've come up with something completely different, and yet it tastes delicious, and it's all fresh ingredients, not ingredients with a lot of sugar and a lot of preservatives that you don't need in your life. It's really a healthy Mai Tai, which it is traditional in the sense that you've made it from all natural things, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Well, thank you. And we should also say that rum obviously has a little bit more sugar in it than most of them, so just be a little careful with it. And because there is a lot of liquor in there, drink it at home and stay at home.
Yeah, at
Probably
home's a
best
good
bet.
place to have it.
Yeah.
But Trey Bella.
Yeah. Mahalo.
Now, once you fulfill your Mai Tai needs, how about a great Chardonnay?
Actually, we have one that changed the course of history for California wine. And welcome back. Now, usually we talk about wine and we talk about the terroir, the ground, the environment, the climate around it.
Yes, absolutely. And this wine has all of that and more, including some history too. It's Chateau Montelena.
And the Hollywood movie is called Bottle Shock, and probably one of the best films about wine ever, and at the same time too, really changed California wines.
What I love about the film is that it captures the growers and the farmers and the winemakers and the artistry of the wine so well. And it really depicts them in this beautiful light of artists and creation of something that really is, and when you watch the film, you'll get what I'm saying if you haven't already seen it. It's like liquid sunshine. And that's what they have, that term where they actually talk about it in the film, and I just think that is so true, especially of a Chardonnay like this. And if you haven't seen the film, we won't ruin it for you.
Go see it.
But yeah, just go see it. So spoiler alert, don't watch the next like 30 seconds. But obviously in the film, it's about the Judgment of Paris, where the California wines go up against the French wines.
But it really changed the region. I mean, it really changed. It put California wines on the map because they were going up against all of the Chardonnays and the white Burgundies there, and they won. And everybody was kind of like, huh? And
shocked.
Every
Hence
single
the name Bottle Shock.
Right, and
1976.
every single judge voted for them.
A blind vote, blind tasting, voted for the California wine. This Chardonnay, not this one because it's a different year, but the Chateau Montelena Chardonnay, you know, and it shows you the trials and tribulations that they went through just to get there. And they were, now, if you know wine, you know Chateau Montelena. It's a very expensive wine. I mean, well, I wouldn't say very expensive. It's a medium-priced wine, but it's probably out of a lot of people's budgets. But if you want to splurge, you got to taste it just once, because it really is, it's something special and it's different. And we love oaky buttery, and I would not call this oaky buttery.
No, and I agree with you. This, I can understand, and again, this is not the same wine that was judged 30, 40 years ago, but obviously from the same grapes.
Same vineyard.
I can understand why the French judges would like this.
Yeah, it's not over the top oaky buttery. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but what it is very well balanced with like citrus and cream. And I think that's where it, like the finish of it, we were describing it as a really beautiful French champagne. The way that finishes with that just creamy finish, it's very much like that, but without a lot of oak. It's got a lot of citrus. I think in the tasting notes they talk about lemon meringue, creme brulee. All of that is very true. It is a beautiful wine.
This is something that you can have. For instance, we tried it with goat cheese. Fabulous with goat cheese. I could see having this with fruit, just having something in the afternoon. At the same time, too, I could see having this with a chicken dinner. A really well done, nicely prepared chicken dinner. This would go perfect with it. I'm almost thinking the steak is going to be. I'd like to try it.
You know what? I think it would go great with duck. I think it would be really good with duck.
Absolutely.
Pork, obviously, that's kind of a no-brainer. Salmon, hands down for sure. I mean, even if you did like a smoked salmon caviar kind of like opening with this, be beautiful. Shrimp, any kind of seafood, be fabulous. But it just reminds me, like, if you picture a really beautiful French champagne without the bubbles, that's the flavor that it reminds me of. I mean, it really is. It's hands down like one of the most diverse Chardonnays. I think flavor-wise, it's got so many layers, and depending on what you eat it with, like you said, we had it with goat cheese. I'm dying to try it with this truffle cheese. It really changes its flavor profile. It's so unique, and it's really just a beautiful wine. And the longer you have it open and the warmer it gets, it changes. Like even as we're sitting here, from when we first tasted it with the goat cheese, which was before we started rolling the cameras, it's changed already, and it's so beautiful. It's just a beautiful, delightful glass of wine that you can drink with a lot of things, or on its own for that matter.
Yeah, so treat yourself in a little history, and we're gonna enjoy this, and then we're gonna probably go for another wine that she'll cry over as well.
Indulge in some liquid sunshine.
Well, after some wine history, how about let's go to the Masters, and you don't even have to go to Augusta.
When we come back, we take you to Monday after the Masters and show you how you can be a part of it. Golf fans, you probably have going to the Masters on your bucket list.
But for golf nuts, there's another Masters tradition you've got to take a look at. You can't make Augusta? Myrtle Beach is the next best thing. Monday after the Masters is a tradition like no other for South Carolina. It runs Saturday through Monday of Masters weekend at the House of Blues in North Myrtle Beach. It is loaded with parties, concerts, Masters watching parties, great food, and lots of entertainment with Hootie and the Blowfish. They actually call this a 3-day party down in Myrtle Beach, and you can be a part of it.
We've come here every year since I was a sophomore in high school, and I actually caddied in it. And my family and I just thought it was a very good time, and we've come here ever since and enjoyed ourselves every time we've come.
His brother caddied in it too, and we have such a good time. Can you think of a better atmosphere for a golf tournament?
Now, do you guys come for the golf, or do you come for the fun?
We come for the fun. We come for the golf. It's fun to see people, people you don't normally see. Get to take selfies. I've taken a bunch of selfies with celebrities today.
Good. Now, would you say folks from Myrtle Beach come here or all over?
I'd say all over. I mean, we're from Florence, which is about an hour and a half away, so all over.
You can attend, be a spectator, but be careful. Or pay to play with some celebs and some PGA and LPGA pros during the Monday big golf event on the gorgeous and tricky Dye Club at Barefoot Resort. Here's PGA pro Billy Horschel teeing off. And my good friend Austin Ernst, who is on the LPGA, joins the fun, as does NFL great and now football commentator Tony the Goose Saragusa. The fun also leads to a lot of money raised for kids' charities thanks to the efforts of Hootie and the Blowfish. So far, they have raised more than $6 million along with an unending endowment.
Most of it goes to junior golf in South Carolina and to children's charities and education. The band has a foundation, the Hootie and the Blowfish Foundation. They designate the different charities each year that they'll spread the money out. And they have an endowment that they've set up for their families that will allow for future generations of young Blowfish kids to give money and provide the same assistance for children for education.
I caught up with some old friends you will recognize who say they would not miss this event.
Listen, I've been coming to this event every year except for the first one. And back when it was up in Columbia, the first year was the only year I ever missed. And I've either been here as a player or I've been here covering the event as a broadcaster. And it's the most fun thing I do every day, every year. The guys in the band, they're absolutely amazing, and to see all the money that they've raised over the years, and the fact that it's helping kids here in the state that I grew up in, really impresses me. They're great guys, and on top of that, it's a ton of fun. I just met so many great folks, and that's what golf does. It brings people together for a good cause, and at the end of the day, it ends up benefiting the kids, and I just don't know how it could get any better than that.
Here to support Hootie and the Blowfish Foundation. It's been awesome being here. I think what they're doing for their community and for the kids is tremendous, and just having a good time.
So, do you come for the golf or do you come for the fun?
Honestly, I come for both. Golf and fun kind of goes hand in hand if you're playing okay. We're playing okay right now, so it's fun right now.
It's a lot of fun. That's what we're with 3 Purple Hearts, so it's been a lot of fun.
Wow, and giving back to a lot of kids.
Oh yeah, that's what, it's great. I know when we were growing up, through this program, there was a lot of money for South Carolina Junior Golf and a lot of other great causes for the state.
For more information on the upcoming event, go to this website set up by Hootie and the Blowfish. And remember, we can help you with your other arrangements. If you're a golf nut, this should be on your schedule each year.
Now, you've been to the Masters. How does this compare?
Well, when you go to the Masters, there's a lot of people there, so you don't get the chance to see a lot of golf. Monday at the Masters, you get a chance to go play golf, you get to see the Masters on TV, and then you get to have a lot of fun the next day. So I'd recommend this first. If you've already been to the Masters and you want to go to the Masters, you want to see Augusta, put it on your bucket list, yeah, go ahead.
Now, if you want to attend a great event like that, we can arrange it all for you. Just go to jetsetterdeals.com. They will take care of everything, and they can accommodate large groups for you as well.
And that is our gift to you for watching our show. So thanks for watching, and cheers.
And aloha from beautiful Hawaii.